Gosh, Ron, that is so, so kind. Thank you so much for that really over-the-top, warm introduction. For all you do in the Senate, Teddy loved so much serving with you. So, so much. I can remember one of Teddy's birthdays, you're calling me and plotting about what you were going to give him for his birthday and what fun that was, your thoughtfulness. And, you know, Teddy was such a thoughtful person, and your thoughtfulness, you're taking the time to be thoughtful and plan in advance for that meant the world to me, and it meant the world to him. So thank you so much. And you're doing so much now at this time of incredible consequence in our nation's history. We need your voice. We are thankful for your voice. We're thankful for your vote at critical times, as Mark talked about. We are thankful for you. So thank you so, so much. And thank you, Mark, for the great work you and NJDC do every day to keep Democratic office holders, candidates, organizations informed so that they can better understand and engage with the Jewish community. Everyone, from the White House to the Democratic Party to members of Congress, count on NJDC daily to help educate the American Jewish community on the issues, but most important, to help reflect and share the thoughts of the community back to office holders. NJDC's mission is unique and valuable, and I am so proud to be here tonight, proud to join with all of you to support this valuable work. So thank you so much. I'm proud to be here, especially for this guy. I commend NJDC for honoring my dear friend Ken Feinberg as this year's recipient of the Hubert H. Humphrey Humanitarian Award. Established by NJDC and the late Saul Stern to recognize lifetime achievement in promoting issues central to your agenda, including ensuring a better world for our children and grandchildren. I'm loving watching him get embarrassed. How perfect, how that describes Ken Feinberg. And in receiving this award, he's in some pretty lofty company. Some of the other recipients of this award have been United States senators, like Hillary Clinton, Frank Lautenberg, Barbara Boxer, Carl Levin, Dianne Feinstein, just to name a few. Some others have held even higher office, like President Bill Clinton, Vice President Al Gore. Ken Feinberg is an extraordinary man who hasn't needed to hold any elected office to make lifetime contributions to the public square. My husband always said that each of us can make a difference and all of us should try. Well, Ken is certainly a role model for all of us in how to walk that walk. His life exemplifies the nobility of public service in the tradition of Edward Kennedy and his brothers and his sisters. I can think of no one like Ken in American society today. A private citizen of such immense skill, integrity, trustworthiness, and recognized ability that he is called upon by both Democratic and, yes, Republican presidents and captains of industry to navigate some of our nation's most difficult crises. What an act of patriotism. As Mark said, what a gift of himself and his incomparable skills of mediation it was when he agreed to administer the 9/11 fund and to do it pro bono, to sit there hour after hour and listen to those stories, to sit there and listen often to insults hurled at him by people who were in excruciating pain, and to do it with calm and a peacefulness about himself that only Ken has. Members of Congress and the President knew that Ken Feinberg was the perfect man to perform this impossible job. In the most stressful of circumstances, with the families of victims trying to come to terms with the incomprehensible at times, with the incomprehensible at this time of personal loss, Ken helped them begin the healing process. And of course, there's just been so much more, as we've heard. But he served as the court-appointed special master to help settle the painful cases involving Agent Orange and asbestos and birth defects from DES. He worked to accelerate payments to homeowners after Hurricane Katrina, compensate families after the mass murders at Virginia Tech, persuade executives to reduce pay in the middle of a financial crisis. He's currently administering the BP Trust Fund after the oil spill that impacted the livelihoods of so many in the Gulf of Mexico. And I see so many wonderful people here from Louisiana, the state of my birth, where my family lives. In fact, just a few weeks ago, Ken was down in Louisiana, in a small rural town where I grew up, meeting with citizens still concerned about the spill. And I know from my family members who were there that Ken turned skeptics into believers, and he gave hope to people who walked into that room having none. These jobs we're talking about that Ken Feinberg has done, these are not happy jobs, but they are necessary jobs, and they require skills that very few people possess. Indeed, I think no one other than Ken could successfully do them. He has patience, empathy, brilliance, and the ability to find common ground. And a grateful nation can never thank him enough for the humanitarianism we so rightfully celebrate today. Ted Kennedy respected Ken Feinberg. He trusted Ken Feinberg. He relied on Ken Feinberg. He loved Ken Feinberg. Ken was one of the super lawyers on Teddy's staff, and he became Teddy's chief of staff and trusted advisor and lifelong pal. And I got lucky, and Ken became my pal and advisor too. I love Ken Feinberg. I love his wife Dee Dee and all three of their children. I love his brother David. Look at me, David. Smile. Thanks. The Feinberg clan is family for us. And in the last challenging months of Teddy's life, and in the empty ones for me since he's been gone, Ken has been there for me always. He has truly taken to heart and lived to the fullest the teachings of the Torah to care for the widow. Ken Feinberg is an extraordinary human being. He has never stopped asking what he can do for his country or for his friends. How lucky we are to know him, and how honored I am to present him with the Hubert H. Humphrey Humanitarian Award tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome him now. Do we do this?